Every Shanti mantra you can chant with your mic in mute. Yeah. We'll start now. Om Vakratandavakaya Surya Samapradha Nirvighnan Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Me Sada Gurave Sarvalokanam Vishaje Bhavarogina Nidaye Sarvavidyanam Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Ishvaro Gurura Tatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Devaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Sada Shiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Padyantam Vande Guru Paramparam Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhavatu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vadhetamastava Vidvishavahai Om Shanta Shanta Shanti Harihi Om. We can chant from the text Atma Targika. Atma Targika
Atma Targika
Satchidananda Rupaha
Satchidananda Rupaha
Satyam
Satyam
Kalatrayepi Tishtati Iti Sat
Kalatrayepi Tishtati Iti Tat
Chitakim
Chitakim
Jnanas Upaha
Jnanasarupaha
Anandakaha
Anandakaha
Sukhasvarupaha
Sukhasvarupaha.
Okay, you can mute your mics now. We had so far 40 classes with the introduction to Vedanta, which took around 7 to 8 classes. So far in all the 33 or 34 classes, we have been discussing on the topic Atma. So Atma has been discussion all along the way from almost from the beginning. This text, the Tattvabodha, in general, it can be divided into 5 sections. The first section, it deals with the Yogyata, Adhikaritvam, qualifications, which are required on the part of the student, the committed seeker, who wants to pursue this study, Vedanta study. Therefore, it was dealt in detail, and we discussed it under the topic Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti. That was the first section which we saw. The second section, after the Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti, the second section, it deals with Atma, Atma Vicharaha. That is analysis, the inquiry of Atma, study of Atma, Vichara, Atma Vichara. This Atma Vichara can also be called as Vyashti Vichara. Vyashti means individual. Vyashti Vichara. That Vichara of the reality of the individual. Vyashti Vichara. So analysis of the individual. So Vyashti means individual. So under this topic of Vyashti Vichara, we discussed Atma. And in that, first we discussed what Atma is not. What Atma is not, we discussed. And then what Atma is. That is by the very definition of Atmakaha. First we discussed what Atma is not. That is by the method of negation. In Sanskritam we call it as Nisheda Mukha. Nisheda Mukha. Nisheda Mukha Dwara. And the second method by which we studied Atma is Vidhi Mukha. Vidhi Mukha, that is by positive statement, assertion. So, Nisheda means negation. That is Neti method. Neti, not this, not this. Dismissing each one, saying that it is not Atma. It is not Atma. Like Sula Sukshma Karna Sharira Vitirtaha. So we dismiss this Sharira, we dismiss Panchakosha. So that is Neti method. And finally we arrived at this is what Atma is, what Satchit Ananda Atma. That is called Vidimukha. The method of Iti. Iti, that is we have finally arrived at this is Iti. After dismissal of what Atma is not, then we have arrived at what Atma is. So Iti means this. Even in Bhagavad in his Mundaka Bhashya, he says this Purva Paksham Nirakritya Paschat Siddhantaha Vaktavyaha. That is, Purva Paksha, it means Purva Paksha should be negated first. Purva Paksham Nirakritya. Then Siddhanta has to be established. Siddhantaha Vaktavya should be told. Purva Paksha means Purva Paksha, the combination of two words, Purva Paksha. Many of you may know the meaning of the word Purva Paksha, but still I would like to clarify it. Paksha means side. Paksha means the side or the stand. So Purva Paksha means one who takes the opposite side, opposite stand. So that is, in our context, it is Nisheda Mukha. Siddhanta means the ascertained conclusion of Vedantin. Siddha Anta. Siddha means conclusion or concluded. Anta is end. So what is our Siddhanta? That is Atma is Satchit Ananda Rupa. That is Siddhanta. So that is the ascertained conclusion. In other words, in our context of discussion on Atma, we can say what Atma is Siddhanta and what Atma is not. It is Purva Paksha. Therefore, Purva Paksham Nirakritya Paschat Siddhantaha Vaktavya. First, we have to dismiss the Purva Paksha and then Siddhanta to be established. First, we have to negate what Atma is not and then understand what Atma is. That is the approach, all the way from the beginning. So, In our context, Purupaksha, we can say, those who claim themselves to be this Degadi Samgata, this body mind sense complex, or anything other than Atma, they are the Purupaksha. They claim Anatma to be Atma, and therefore they should be dealt first and negated. That is what they have been doing now. All the Shariras, that is Stula, Sukshma, Karna, Sharirani, the Sharir Trayam, they were negated as not Atma. Then Koshas, Pancha Koshas, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, Koshaha, all these Koshas were negated as not Atma. Then Avasthas, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, this Avastha Trayam, they were negated as not Atma. And finally, the nature of Atma was told as Satchit Anandaha. And that was our previous class topic, Ananda Kaha. And Satchit Ananda, in that Sat means existence, ever existence. We know that. Therefore, Atma has no birth or death because it is ever existent. Janma Marana Rahita. Because Atma doesn't have Janma, Atma must be beginningless. And because Atma doesn't have Maranam, therefore it must be endless. So, Anadi Ananta. Atma is Anadi Ananta. Anadi Ananta is a beautiful word. It's a Bhukuvriti Samasa. In Sanskritam, we call it as a Bhukuvriti. Adihi na vidyate yasya. That which has no beginning, beginningless, that is Anadi. And Antaha na vidyate yasya. That which doesn't have end, that is Ananta. So, Anadi Anantaha. Antaha na vidyate yasya Atmanaha. Adihi na vidyate yasya Atmanaha. Tasmat Atma is, therefore Atma is what? Atma is changeless. Nirvikari Atma. Atma doesn't undergo any change. All the sixfold modifications were only for Anatma, and therefore this Shat Vikaras were negated. Do you remember the Shat Vikaras? Asti, Jayate, Vardate, Aparinamate, Apakshiyate, Vinashyate. And here the Swamiji used to say, Jayate is birth. Jayate, then that child has to survive. If it survives, then it grows. So, Asti chet vardate. Then Asti chet aprinamate. Everywhere you say Asti. If it is, then it will grow. If it is, then if it survives. If it is means if it survives, then it undergoes aparinamate, apakshiyate, and finally is vinashit. So sixfold modifications we saw, and that is only for Anatma, not for the Atma. So therefore, Anatma is asset. Anatma is asset. Asset. That is, its existence is only temporary, and therefore it is savikari. It is changing, constantly changing. So understand, Atma is nirvikari, Anatma is savikari. Atma is nityaha, Anatma is anityaha. Atma is satyaha, Anatma is nitya. In other words, this can be, you can say that Atma is Sat, Anatma is Asat. And Atma is Chit. You can say Atma is Chit for two reasons. Number one, Atma, it has to be of the nature of Chit, Chaitanya, consciousness. Then only Atma can witness all the changes. The body undergoes changes, but the Atma doesn't undergo change. Then how do you know the body undergoes all the modifications, changes? Only if there is a changeless witness, Sakshi, only if it is there, then The Sakshi can witness all the changes. And therefore, body which changes cannot be Atma, it is Anatma, and that which witnesses all the changes either of the body or of the Jagat, and that should be the changeless Sakshi Atma. Therefore, Atma should be Chaitanya, consciousness. And second point, second reason, that witness, that Sakshi, it has to be of the nature of Chaitanya. If it is not Chaitanya, if it is Jada, an inert thing, then it cannot witness. Then it cannot be the witness of all the changes. Therefore, it should be nature of Chaitanya. Therefore, Atma is Chit. Atma, Sat, and Chit. Atma is changeless and Chit. It is the witness awareness. Okay. And because Atma is changeless, therefore Atma has to be of the nature of Ananda. Why? Because change causes dukkha, and Atma is Sukha. Therefore, changeless Atma, it has to be Sukha. So till now, the whole analysis, what we have done with Vichara, it was from the standpoint of the individual. Yes, the individual Shariram was analyzed, individual Panchakoshas were analyzed, individual Avasthas were analyzed. So up to the previous section, it means what we are going to get into the next section. So up to the previous section, the analysis was from the standpoint of Vyashti Vichara, which is a topic of the second section of Tattvabodha, and from now on, it is going to be the study, the inquiry of Samashti, total Samashti Vichara. So it is Samashti Vichara, or we can call it as Srishti Vichara. Srishti is creation, analysis of creation. When you analyze the creation, Samashti will come. So Samashti Vichara can also be called as Srishti Vichara. When you look at the Chaitanyam, the consciousness from an individual body, it is called Atma. When you look at when it is looked from the standpoint of the all-pervading principle, then this very same consciousness is called Brahma. So Atma and Brahma, they are synonyms, indicating the same Chaitanyam consciousness. These are two words from two different standpoints. And this Brahma, that will be the topic now. From now onwards, there will be introduction to the next topic, creation, Srishti Vichara. As I told before, when discussion on creation comes, then Brahmana will be discussed. Therefore, it is also called Brahma Vichara, or there is another name for that. It is Tattvabodha Vichara. Tattvabodha Vichara. Vyashti Vichara, that is, Vyashti is individual. Vyashti Vichara is Tvam-pada Vichara. Tvam-pada Vichara. Samashti Vichara is Tattvabodha Vichara. Or in other words, Atma Vichara is Tvam-pada Vichara. Brahma Vichara is Tattvabodha Vichara. In Atma Vichara, we have discussed Atma is Sat Chit Ananda. So that is Atma Vichara, Vyashti Vichara. So when it is said that I am Satyam, the truth of the Jagat, entire Jagat, then naturally the question will arise. If I am the Satyam, then what about everything else? Because there are objects, there is Jagat available for my perception. Really speaking, there is no everything else. There is nothing called other than me. There is nothing else besides me. I am everything. You are everything. It means what? There is nothing other than yourself. But we have the comprehension of Jagat. We have the perception, knowledge, comprehension of Jagat is there. Shastram says, you are the truth of your comprehension. I am given a buddhi to understand, to comprehend. I am given the senses to perceive. I am given the body. Everything is given. So, because everything is given for my handling, therefore we can infer that must be an order. There is an orderliness in the creation, and I don't create that order. When I say I don't create that order, do I mean that I as an individual jiva or I as consciousness? I means I as Chaitanyam, consciousness. Chaitanyam doesn't create anything. Chaitanyam is the truth of everything. Understand? This is important. A lump of clay itself will not become a pot. A lump of clay doesn't create itself into a pot. Therefore, the consciousness doesn't create anything. There is one whole order, whole arrangement here, and that arrangement doesn't belong to consciousness. I am part of the arrangement. It is arranged between me, the individual, and the Jagat. Who arranged this? What is the cause of this? If there is one cause, one person who is a cause, then that person should be outside the arrangement. Who is that person? Then we have to inquire who is that person. Without understanding that, it won't solve our problem. That is why Tattvabodha Vichara is important. In the sentence, Tattvam Asi, what we have analyzed so far is Tvampada. Now, this Tvampada, it is equated to Tattvabodha. Pada means words. And Tattvabodha, Tat means that. Tattvabodha means that which is denoted by the word that. Tvampada means that which is denoted by the word you. So we have discussed Tvampada, and that Tattvabodha, it is to be discussed. We cannot stop our analysis just with Tvam, because mere Tvam doesn't work. We have to account for the Jagat. We have to account for the order which is available for the perception. Everything is given to us in the form of the order. So we have to account for that because there is an equation, Tat Tvam Asi. It's a great equation, Mahavakya. Tat Tvam Asi. It means Tat is that, Tvam means you, Asi means, Asi is a Kriyapadam, Tingata Kriyapadam. R, A-R-E-R. That you are. You are that. That is the meaning of Tat Tvam Asi. By you, it is met Atma. By Tvam, it is Atma. And by Tat, what is meant is Ishvara. Bhagavan, Ishvara. Therefore, the Tat Padam must be analyzed. Because Tat Padam is equated to Tvam Padam, the Tat Padam must be inquired into. Tat Padam has to be analyzed because there is an equation between the two entities which looks impossible. Tvam and Tat are equated. Therefore, we should analyze the Tattvabodha. The reality of the Tattvabodha should be analyzed. Because there is an equation, therefore, there should be a possibility of Tvam being equal to Tat. If it is not totally possible, then there is no need for the equation. Because two totally different things cannot be equated. For example, when I say 1 is equal to 2, 1 is equal to 2. It cannot be, because 1 is different from 2. Then how can it be equated? You can't equate it. If two things are same and there is no difference at all, then also you need not equate, because the identity between the two is obvious. No equation is necessary to show that 1 is equal to 1. You don't need an equation because 1 is equal to 1. And 1 is equal to 2 is not possible. So therefore, the equation is required between the two seemingly impossible things. And because there is an equation, because there is the sameness, the identity is there, therefore equation is possible. For example, when I say 4 plus 2 equals 7 minus 1, 4 plus 2 equals 7 minus 1. If you see the numbers on the left side, that is 4 plus 2, and the numbers on the right side, 7 minus 1, they are not same. There is a clear difference. But essentially, there is no difference between the two. Therefore, we require an equation. Similarly, in Tattvabodha, which is the Vedanta Mahavakya, we call it as a great equation. The Tattva is equated to Tvam. Tvam has been discussed very elaborately. Now that has to be investigated. So how Tvam and Tat, they are equated. The difference between the two must be understood, and also the non-difference which is responsible, which accounts for the identity, that also must be understood. Therefore, Tattvabodha Vichara is very important. We cannot stop it from Pada Vichara. Okay. Why this non-difference between the two must be understood? I'll give some examples. That if there are seemingly appearing differences, and the reality, if you see, there is a non-difference. For example, we see the blue sky. The sky is certainly, it is an appearance, and we know that the blueness, the blue color of the sky is because of the dispersion of light. The light is dispersed, and the sky, because of scattering of light, the sky appears blue. And that is why the sky appears blue. Really speaking, sky has no color at all. But sky is blue. We know the fact the sky is blue because of the phenomenon of scattering of light. At the same time, we have the perception of blue sky. So, we see the blue sky at the same time, we can dismiss the blue sky very well knowing that it is because of the scattering of light and sky is colorless. Similarly, this I am is equated, Atma is equated to Ishvara. It seems to be a limited, whereas Ishvara is unlimited. I is Alpajna, Ishvara is Sarvajna. Then what is this equation? What is the truth of this equation? The difference between I and Ishvara, it's so obvious. Then how can the two be equated? We have to analyze. Shastram does the analysis. Like the science analyze the color of the sky, and though there is you can see the color of the sky as blue, really speaking, there is no sky. Similarly, Shastram also, being a pramana, it analyzes the seeming difference between the two and establishes there is no difference in reality. Therefore, to understand the non-difference between Jiva and Ishvara, we have to explain away the difference. We have to dismiss the difference. All that is, there is only one reality, which is Ishvara, and this has to be understood, and all the differences should be dismissed. Therefore, Tattvabodha Vichara will be is important, and there will be a shift in our discussion to Tattvabodha Vichara. Okay, and this is a methodical approach. This is how the Shastram deals with. First, it deals with Tattvabodha Vichara and then Tattvabodha Vichara. This is the common approach you will find. Sometimes it deals with Tattvabodha Vichara first and then Tvampada. That is also there in some text. If you take Bhagavad Gita, the first 6 chapters, Bhagavad Gita, which has 18 chapters, it is divided into three groups, each group consisting of 6 chapters. We call it as Shatkam. Shatkam is a group of 6. The first group of 6, second group of 6, the third group of 6. The first group of 6, that is the Pratama Shatkam, it deals with Tvampada Vichara. The second group of 6, it is called Madhyama Shatkam, that is middle 6, that deals with Tattvabodha Vichara. It does Tattvabodha Vichara, Tattvabodha analysis. And the last 6th chapter, it reveals the identity between the two. That is the Asi. Tatu from Asi, that Asipada. Therefore, we did the Tvampada analysis, Tvampada Vichara, then Tattvabodha will be inquired. Okay. And Asi also is important. That also will be done. Because we cannot just simply say that is that you are you. Then what is that? There is no meaning in that. That is that we ourselves know that. But Shastra says you are that. Therefore, it is important to understand the identity, the non-difference. And Asipada, it stands for the identity. Therefore, Tattva from Asi. So, with this brief introduction to the next topic, now we will enter into the next topic, which starts with the creation, analysis of the creation. I will show you the slide. You can repeat after me. Atha Chaturvimshati. It's a single word, but for the sake of this thing, I'll do it separately. Chaturvimshati Tattvabodha Prakaram Vakshyamaha. Okay, we will read the full sentence now. I'll say once and you can repeat after me. Atha Chaturvimshati Tattvabodha Prakaram Vakshyamaha. Okay. That is Atha Chaturvimshati Tattva Utpatti Prakaram Vakshyamaha. Tattva Utpatti Prakaram. That it becomes Tattvabodha Prakaram. Okay. Yeah, now we can mute your mic. Atha Chaturvimshati Tattvabodha Prakaram Vakshyamaha. Now we shall teach the method of the creation of 24 factors. Chaturvimshati. 24 factors. That is the meaning of the sentence. We will see in detail the meaning. Atha, the word Atha, it indicates the change of topic. The topic is changed from Tattvabodha to Tvampada to Tattvabodha. Vyashti Vichara to Samashti Vichara. The word indicates the word indicates the change of topic. In those days, there is no paragraph. They don't write one paragraph, para. That is not like that. So the Atha word itself suggests the topic is changed now. So it is an indication. In Brahma Sutra also, Atha is there it is a big discussion. But here the simple meaning is the change of topic is there, and therefore the Atha word indicates the change of topic. So just by hearing Atha, you can understand, oh, the topic is changed now. Because there was no writing, only Karna Parampara, only oral tradition. So Atha, when you hear, okay, now the topic is changed. That is understood. Okay. Atha, now After discussing the Tvam Padartha, that is what we have done. Tvam Padartha. Now, the meaning, Tvam Padartha is the meaning of the word. That is important. Tvam Padartha is Tvam Pada Artha. The meaning of the word you in the Mahavakyam, that is Tvam Asi. After analyzing that, now the discussion now Chaturvimshati Tattvapatti Prakaram Vakshyamaha. After the discussion on the nature, on what is the nature of Atma, now Tatpadartha will be inquired. That is the meaning. In the equation Tattvam Asi, there is a word Tat, and that is discussed now, and for which the author says Ata Chaturvimshati Tattvapatti Prakaram Vakshyamaha. Ata means, I said, hereafter, from now onwards, after the completion of Sadhana Chatushtayam topic and this Jiva Vichara, that is Atma Vichara, Vyakti Vichara topics, now the teacher takes up the discussion on Utpatti Prakaram. Utpatti Prakaram means the method of creation. Utpatti means creation, origination. Utpatti. Prakaram means method, the mechanism. That is the Prakaram. So it is called Srishti. So Srishti Prakaram, Srishti Vichara will be taken up for discussion. That is what the author suggests now. Okay, and we have seen that everything is given to us. Everything is given to me as a jiva. I am given all the senses, the body, and the jagat is given. Sense objects are given for the senses. Everything is given. And neither Atma can create them, nor the Anatma, nor Anatma can create. So there has to be a cause for this physical body and the physical world, Jagat. And there must be a cause for the Sukshma Shariram and also its Saptadasha Kaladi. So there must be a cause of all this. And the factors which go into the analysis of this creation, it is mentioned here as Chaturvimshati, 24 factors. It is a model. It is one model. In this model, the factors which are the cause of this physical body, not only physical body, all the shariram and the jagat, it is considered to be 24. Utpatti Prakara is Utpatti is Srishti. And Prakara, we know it is mode, the ways of creation. And here, the Tattva is there. What is meaning of the word Tattva? Tattva means it is not the reality, like in Tattvabodha, the knowledge. That is not the meaning here. Here the Tattva Utpatti Prakaram, in that the meaning of the word Tattva is factors. Tattva means factors or categories. That is the right translation. Tattva doesn't mean ultimate reality, the truth in Tattvabodha. That Tattva is a popular meaning, but that is not the meaning here. Here the meaning is Tattva means factors or categories. Some people they translate it as principle, but it is not a good translation. So let us retain the word categories or factors. 24 factors. How many of them? Chaturvimshati. Chaturvimshati means 24. Vimshati is 20. Chaturvimshati, 20 plus 4, 24. So 24 factors. 24 in number. Okay. So in our model of understanding the Jagat, there is a proposal. We propose that there are 24 factors. 24 factors or 24 categories. Sometimes these factors can be reduced to 5 also. That is also is there. And if the entire Srishti if we talk about entire srishti one after the other, then there could be a countless factors, but that is not the Tattvarya. Therefore, we consider this 24 factors. In Shastram, the whole creation is divided into some groups or some categories for convenience, and these divisions are called tattvam or categories. So they divide the whole creation into the various categories, and this division of categories into different categories, it differs from one darshanam to other darshanam. There are different opinion in that. Like in Sankhya, it is different. Vaisheshika, and it is different. As the scientists, they divide the whole world into various elements, starting from hydrogen onwards. In the element periodic table, you will find, you would have studied in chemistry, there is an arrangement of all the elements, starting from hydrogen, helium, lithium, boron, etc. So you'll find, similarly, the Vedanta, it divides the whole universe into 24 categories. In fact, this idea is brought, it is borrowed by Vedanta from the Sankhya Darshanam. Okay, so these 24 categories, factors, they constitute the Jagat, Prapancha. And what are these 24 factors? The authors will present. The author will present now, but just for information, these 24 factors are, number one, the 5 elements. You know what are those 5 elements? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. That is Akasha, Prithvi, Vayu, Agni, Apaha. That is 5 elements. Not Shabda, Sparsha. Okay, these 5 elements. Akasha. And these 17 parts of Sukshma Sharira, what we saw. That's Saptadasha Kaladi, 17 parts of Sukshma Sharira. That is 17. And number 3, Chittam. Chittam is memory. And number 4, Agankara. So 5 elements, Panchabhuta, and 17 parts of Sukshma Shariram. That is 17 plus 5, 22. Then Chittam, then Agankara. So how many? 24. And in this 24 factors, this Chittam and Agankara, they are the faculties of individual only. Here the author will not mention, he just says Tattvabodha Tattvabodha Prakaram Pakshyamaha. He doesn't mention all these things. He just says this is what there are 24 factors. Chaturvimshati. Pakshyamaha. Pakshyamaha is a plural. The plural thing at the Bhagavachanam. Because it is not the author's own imagination. The author doesn't claim for this discovery. It is handed over in the tradition, and the author says in plural, we. It is in plural. The author doesn't take the credit for this discovery of 24 factors. Therefore, Pakshyamaha, we say, Tattvabodha Tattvabodha Prakaram. See, here, must understand here one thing. The knowledge, it is knowledge what I gained is from my teacher. The knowledge it was not discovered by me. The knowledge what I gained is only from Swami Dayananda Saraswati. I am not the discoverer of knowledge. And even Swami Dayananda Saraswati is not the discoverer of the knowledge because he got it from his Guru. And his Guru got it from his Guru. And his Guru got it from his Guru. Therefore, nobody really speaking can claim that I own this knowledge. Nobody can say. I discovered this knowledge. Nobody can say. The one from whom all this knowledge has been transferred with the Sampradaya is the one, Dakshinamurti himself. From him only the knowledge is transferred. So nobody can say that I discovered this knowledge. In fact, it is the one one given the knowledge to the Rishi, and through the Sampradaya, it is down the stream, it is flowing. Therefore, even when I teach, it is not my knowledge. I am not giving my knowledge. It is knowledge handed over the tradition. Maybe I may use the same words as Swamiji used. I prefer to use it. So, therefore, the tradition also, when they say Vakshyamaha, it means that there is a respect for the Sampradaya. That respect, that reverence is indicated by the word Vakshyamaha. They will never say Vakshyami, Aham Vakshyami. No, they won't say that. There's a beauty in understanding even the word Vakshyamaha. Anyway, that is a aside discussion. So, Chaturvimshati Tattvabodha Prakaram Vakshyamaha. Okay. Now, we'll move on to the next sentence. You can repeat after me. Brahmashraya.
Brahmashraya.
Brahmashraya. I didn't hear properly.
Brahmashraya.
Satvarajastamo gunatmika.
Tattvabodha gunatmika.
Maya asti.
Maya asti.
I will read again. You can repeat after me. Brahmashraya Satvarajastamo gunatmika Maya asti.
Brahmashraya Tattvabodha gunatmika Maya asti.
Okay. Now you can mute your mic. And every word is important, and this has to be understood properly. Brahmashraya Sattva Rajastamo Gunatmika Maya Asti. That is, the meaning of the sentence is Maya, which has its base in Brahma, Brahman, Brahma, and it is of the nature of Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, exists. Maya exists, and it has its basis in Brahman, and it is of the nature of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. That is the meaning, simple meaning. So from now onwards, the author will begin discussion on the created Jagat, along with the cause and also the relationship between the two. That is discussion on the cause and the effect. Jagat Karanam, the cause of the Jagat, and Jagat being the Karyam, that also will be discussed. It's a very big discussion. And that, which is the meaning of the word Tat in Tattvam Asi, it refers to the cause of the Jagat. That in the Mahavakya, Tat Tvam Asi, the word Tat refers to the cause of the Jagat. And that cause is from yourself. That is the equation. Now we are going to find out how it is possible. That means the cause of the Jagat, the Ishvara, which is the immediate meaning of the word Tat in Tattvabodha Vachyam. The immediate meaning of the word in Tattvamasi, that is the Tattvabodha Vachyam. Tvam means you, the individual. That is the immediate meaning of the word you, Tvam Pada Vachyam. So now, Shastra being a Pramanam, it makes a statement saying, it says that there is a Vastu, the reality called Brahma, and it is Jagat Karanam, it is the cause of the Jagat, and it is defined as Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. In the Taittiriya Upanishad, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, it is in Taittiriya Upanishad, it says that. Or in Chandogya Upanishad, it is said as Sat in Chandogya Upanishad, which means Satyam. Okay. So in the Taittiriya Upanishad, this Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, it is talked about as the cause for this entire Jagat. Tasmadeva etasmat atmana akasha sambhutah akashat vayu vayoragnihi. So it talks about the Brahman being the cause for the Jagat. There is another statement is there in the Tattvabodha Upanishad, Yatova Yamani Bhuta Nijagante. So it says from that Brahman is in English Brahman, Brahman, or in Sanskritam it is Brahma. The Pratipadika is Brahman, that is why sometimes we say Brahman also. But you understand it is Brahma or Brahman, both are fine. It is not Brahma. Brahma is the creator, Chaturmukha Brahma. That is what we are talking about. So we are talking about Brahma. Okay. So from that Brahman is born Akasha, Akashadi, the five elements. The five elements they are born from the Brahma. And because they are born from Brahma, they are not separate from them. Akasha, when you say Akasha, it also includes time. So, of the five elements, which are Brahman, and they are from Brahman, and from that five elements, all the trees, plants, the whole Jagat, and the food, Annam, what we eat, everything is created. From the Annam, this body is created. So, therefore, all these are Brahman. That is why before having our food, we chant Brahma Panam Brahma Vehi, Brahmagno Brahmana Ahutam, Brahmaiva Tena Gantavya, Brahma Samadhina. Brahman is the cause, and the product, the Karyam, it is not separate from the cause Brahma. The product is not different from the cause. The product, Jagat, is not different from the cause Brahma. As pot is not different from clay. A pot is not away from clay. So wherever pot is, there is clay. Yatra yatra gataka, tatra mridu, mritika asti. So wherever pot is, there is clay. Similarly, when we say Jagat means Brahman is there. Jagat is not different from Brahma. The product, the Karyam is not different from the Karanam, the cause. And because Brahman is the cause, Brahman is not included in the list of these 24 tattvas, which are created. Brahman has a role in the creation, which we will be seeing, but it is not included in the created list. Why? Because Brahman is Nityam, Nirvikaram. And also because we are discussing about Samadhi, the total, the Atma is also not brought in here. Okay. Now, when we talk about the cause and effect, it is a method. It is not to establish what is the cause and what is the effect. It is only to make us understand the equation. How can Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, which is pure consciousness, Chaitanyam, could be the cause for everything? That must be understood. And therefore, we can infer, because the Jagat is there, we can infer that Brahman must have something besides being Chaitanyam that is responsible for making this Jagat. When you say it's only pure Chaitanyam, Chaitanyam alone cannot do anything. And then the Jagat is there. Therefore, Brahman must have something besides being consciousness, and that creates that is responsible for creating this Jagat. The Jagat enjoys a certain reality, and whatever the degree of reality that this Jagat enjoys, that reality must be there in Brahman also. And what is that? The author says that Brahman has got what we call the Shakti, the power to create, the power to to create that creation power, and that power is called Maya. This Maya is there. Brahmashaya Maya is there. And now, is this Maya? Is it an independent reality? Is it an independent power? If you say Maya is an independent reality, then there would be two realities, Brahma and Maya. It means Brahman is not a cause at all. Maya also be the cause. Maya would be the cause. So therefore Maya is not a parallel reality to Brahman. Therefore, we say Brahmashraya Maya. That is, this Maya, this Shakti, it has its base, it has its being only in Brahma. Brahma has this Maya Shakti. Maya has its being in Brahma. The existence of Maya, it depends on Brahma. Brahma is the Ashraya. It is the basis for the existence of Maya. And therefore, Brahmashraya Maya. That is Maya, which is a Shakti, the power, and it has its being in Brahma. Brahma, it lends its existence to Maya. So, Brahma plus Maya is Brahma only. Please understand, Brahma plus Maya, if we say, it is only Brahma. It is like clay plus pot is what? Clay. Clay plus pot doesn't become different, because pot is not different from clay. So, clay plus pot is only clay. Similarly, Brahma plus Maya is only Brahma. Maya is not different from Brahma. Maya has its existence and is only in Brahma. Ashraya in only Brahma. And that is the Shakti of Brahma. Therefore, Brahmashraya Maya Asti, which that accounts for this Jagat. So when this you will understand. Now, when you analyze the Jagat, you have to analyze yourself also, because you are part of the Jagat. You are not different from the Jagat. You are included in the Jagat. There is an external world for you to confront, and you have all the faculties to confront the world. So both the objects, sense objects, and the senses which you perceive sense objects, they are part of the creation. So when you analyze this faculty and the Jagat, that what you experience, it reduces into the three aspects. Number one, the capacity to perceive, the capacity that what you have to know that Jagat, that is Jnana Shakti, that is the capacity, that is the number one. And the second one is the Shakti, what you have to know, the Shakti you have to have desire, and that is and have the energy or the action to accomplish. You have the energy to accomplish, that is the Kriya Shakti, that is in you. And the third one also it is that is the Jada Shakti, that insentiency also it is there. The three aspects are there. Jnana Shakti is there, Kriya Shakti is there, Jada Shakti also is there. Jada means sometimes we don't work, we are lethargic, we want to sleep. That is what Jada only. So Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jada Shakti. These three are there in the individual. So sometimes we think, sometimes we apply our buddhi, we try to understand, that is Jnana Shakti. Sometimes we are very active in accomplishing a lot of things, so that is Kriya Shakti. And sometimes we are sleepy, that is Jada Shakti. So these three Shaktis, these three features are there in every one of us, and in every being it is there. Now, this threefold, this manifestation in individual must have its cause. Must have its cause and must have its corresponding thing in the creation also. And Maya has these three factors. And that is, they are called Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. what is in the Vesti should also be this Samashti. In the Vesti, if they can have Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Jara Shakti, in Samashti also it should be there. And Maya has this. And what are they? Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Sattva stands for Jnana Shakti, Rajas stands for Kriya Shakti, and Tamas stands for Jara Shakti. Since Maya as its Ashraya in Brahman, and the Shakti, therefore the Shakti also, it belongs to Brahman only. So we are using these three terms, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, to indicate that there are three factors in the cause itself, in the cause in the potential form, and that which is in the cause, it manifests in the effect, in the Jagat, and also in the individual. From this, we can understand the Karana and the Karya, the connection between the two, the connection between the Karana and the Karya. So, the connection is what? The qualities which are in the cause, it manifests in the effect also. When we have this understanding, naturally, when you look at the Jagat, when Jagat is looked at by you in this threefold form, then the cause also must have. Therefore, as you have this threefold Shakti, the Maya, as you have that, you are the product. So, as the product has this threefold Shakti, so too the cause, the Maya also has this three. And Sattva, Rajas, Tamo, Gunatmika, Maya. Maya has these three qualities, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. That is what the author says, Brahmashaya, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo, Gunatmika, Maya, Asti. Maya has its Ashraya in Brahman, and that is of this nature of the three Shakti, Kriya, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jara Shakti. And that is the name for that, the technical name, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. And the word Rajas and Tamas, they are Sakaranta. Okay, we should not say that Raja Tama. No, it is Rajas, Tamas. When you write in English, you can write R-A-J-A-S, Rajas, and Tamas, T-A-M-A-S. No problem in that. It is Rajas and Tamas. You cannot write Raja, R-A-J-A. No, it is Sakaranta. And it is that Tamo Guna, that you know that Sandhi has happened there. So Gunatmika, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo, Gunatmika. Gunatmika means in the form of Guna. Guna is the qualities. So Maya has got these three qualities, and it is not separate from Brahma. If that is so, then why don't you say Brahma is Sattva, Rajas, Tamas? Why do we say that Brahma Saya, Maya, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas? Why don't you directly say Brahma is Tattva, Rajas, Tamas? That could be the possible doubt. But we cannot say Brahma is Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. That is not possible. Why? Because Brahma is Satyam Jnanam Ananta. That is the statement of the Shastra. Therefore, it cannot be Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Okay. Because we have studied what is Nitya and all. So if you don't understand, at least have this Shraddha and the statement of the Shastra that Maya has its dependence on Brahma. That is enough. If you don't follow the discussion what we did before, because Maya is nothing, Maya is Mithya. That is what we are going to say. Anyway, so when if you don't understand why Brahman is why Brahman is not Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, the very statement of the Shastra should be convincing to you. When we say Brahman Satyam Jnanam Anantam, it cannot be Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Okay, and you will understand this when we study the other text. Then your understanding will get deeper. Anyway, so for time being, that we can say Brahman is Satyam Jnanam Anantam, and Maya as its Ashraya in Brahman. Okay, now let us understand what this Maya is. The buddhi, the mind is what we have is really speaking, it is achetana. It is jada. It is jada by nature. In nature, it is jada only. It is a table is also achetana. The table is achetana jada in nature. So similarly, mind also is jada only. Both are the product of Maya. But what happens is, if one is shining with consciousness, the whereas doesn't have that shining aspect. One is able to manifest consciousness, whereas the other could not. That is why buddhi, though it is inert, jada, it has the capacity to manifest consciousness. Like the bulb, the electric bulb, it shines with the light. When there is an electricity, it shines. A bulb is a jada, that the filament is a jada. But the same electricity, when you pass through water, it doesn't shine. What you get is only heat, hot water you get. Though the bulb and the water, they are matter, but their manifesting aspects are different. Similarly, so buddhi and table both are jada. One has the capacity to manifest consciousness, whereas the other doesn't have. So there are two types of matter in the creation. One which can manifest chit, other which cannot manifest chit. So Maya has both the capacities. The sattva aspect of Maya, which is they are responsible for the creation of those things which can manifest chit, the consciousness. And the tamas aspect of Maya, it is responsible for the creation of the things which do not manifest consciousness. The Maya has three gunas. The Tattva aspect, it is responsible for the manifestation of consciousness. So wherever the consciousness manifests, understand there is predominance of Sattva. And wherever there is this dullness, Jadatvam is there we have to understand that the tamas aspect of Maya dominates. And in our own body, we do this breathing, the prana, and all the activities of the body, that heart pumping and the lungs, working, they're active all the time. They cannot think, they don't have the sattva aspect. They cannot think, but they can act. And that is the rajas aspect of Maya. So these three are there in the creation, sattva, rajas, and tamas. This rajas aspect of Maya, it is responsible for the creation of things in the jagat which are active. But this all the three are only inert, jadam only. Okay, the creation, this inert creation, therefore it is of these three types. One is the sattva, other tamas, there is the rajas, other one is guna. That is, intelligence part is sattva, active part is, can call it as rajas, and the inactive part, jada part, that is tamas. They are in the Maya, and Maya as its ashraya in Brahma. Maya and Brahma, they are not different, and both being the same. Therefore, we say Brahma ashraya Maya asti, and it is Trigurnatmika. Sattva, rajas, tamo, gunatmika, Maya iti. Okay. The difference in all these aspects will become clear when we see the details of the creation. So now let us understand this Brahmasaya Maya. It is of these three guna, the qualities, sattva, rajas, tamas, and these terms are important. You remember these terms, and more on this we will discuss in the next class. So we will stop here. We will continue the discussion in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha. हरि ओम। थैंक यू।
धन्यवाद जी।